This video will show you how to create a virtual model of a rectangular sculpted slab dish. I've already opened up the part file. I've called it rectangular sculpted slab dish. And notice there are no gaps. I've used underlines between the parts of the name. I switch on the work planes and the coordinate system and select a trimetric view to make it easier to select the work planes I want to use. I'm going to start by creating a rectangular prism, a rectangular block. Click on the extrude tool. I need to say where I'm going to place the base of that rectangular prism. I'm going to put it on the top plane, accept the settings by just clicking on Sketch. Select the rectangular tool, select the shape, left click when I'm ready to do that, go to the selection arrow, select the dimensions. I've already decided to make this 125 wide and 200 long, happy with that. Click OK on there. Again, go to the trimetric view. The height I've decided to make 75, so I can either click on here or I can move the grab handle or enter the size in the dashboard. Make that 75. When I'm happy with that, everything, I just click on the green Accept tick in the dashboard. Maximise it in the window. Next I want to slope the sides of my rectangular block or prism. Use the draft tool for this. I'm going to start the slope or draft from the bottom. I right click so I can select the face I can't see. Then left click to select it. I'm going to slope it towards the top. So select the top of my block. The reference is sloping or draft surfaces will be the sides. I use Control to select more than one, right click to select the back faces. I'm happy with that. Enter my angle, which I'm going to make 10 degrees. I can preview that, happy with that. Click the green OK tick or Accept tick. Next I want to hollow that out or shell it. Select the shell tool. I'm going to shell it from the top, so it's open from the top. I'm going to make the walls 8mm thick. They could, if I wanted to, be an unequal thickness, but I'm going to keep them all at 6mm to make it easier, or 8mm. Imagine I'm using 8mm slabs to construct it. Preview, happy with that, Accept tick. Next I want to round off the edges, to soften the edges slightly. I'm going to do that I use the auto round tool. This will round all of the edges or corners. I'm going to leave just the bottom corners sharp, so I can exclude those by clicking them again using Control, select more than one. To make those rounds 3mm. No preview option available, so I apply those changes. See, they've all worked. If I'd picked, say, 5mm, they wouldn't have worked, and where they wouldn't have worked, you would see they would just be left as a square edge. It would, rather than create a fault, it would just apply it where it could. Okay, it says rounded. Next thing I want to do is actually do a little bit of sculpting or warping to shape the actual box. To do this, I want to insert a warp. To insert the warp, what I need to do is to select the item that I want to do that to. So select that part, the direction, click, select the default coordinate system. I'm happy with that. I can then turn off planes, work planes, and also the coordinate system. Click the sculpt option. Notice it's produced a grid on the shape, in this case just a 2x2, optional 4 individual spaces. I want to work on the ends, so I switch the orientation of the meshes until I get the end. I want that to be applied symmetrically to the opposite end. So click on that icon, just selecting one node or intersection of the mesh. I can shape those ends. I'm happy with that. Clicked on the sculpt tool again, change the orientation until I'm working on the sides. Again, make sure that I've selected symmetry for the opposite sides. Again, central node or intersection. Shape this, have a preview. Very happy with that. Click OK. Finally, I can apply colour to this using the appearance gallery. Pick the colours I want. I've got a mask option here. I'm going to select parts, select the whole thing. Or I could just do surfaces if I wanted to, separate surfaces. Happy with that. Click OK. It's looking dark because I've got the enhanced realism option on. Turn that off. You can see it looks just a straightforward green. And that is the exercise. Obviously, if I wanted to, I could go back into the model tree. I could change the original size, thicknesses of the walls in the shell, the draft. I could change the slopes of the cell. All of those could be changed separately. You'll notice that the warp is the last thing. If you try and do the warp before the shelling and the auto rounding or the drafting, you will find they won't work. So you do need to do the warping last. So that is how you would create a virtual model of rectangular sculpted slab produced dish.